Welcome to Middle School Academic Derby. I'm Brent Anderson and I'll be your moderator for today's match between the Dolphins of Northwoods Park Middle School and the Bears from Newbridge Middle School. Let's get started by meeting our teams. First, our team from Newbridge Middle School, coached by Angie Bender.
Hi, my name is Ian Hudson and I am in the 6th grade.
I am Joshua Larimore and in the 8th grade.
Zoe McDowell, 6th grade.
Ellen Lucatero, 7th grade.
And now our team from Northwoods Park Middle School, coached by Lisa Sokolowski.
Deja Lawson, 7th grade.
Jacob Coleman, 6th grade.
Bailey Stalker, 8th grade.
Alexis McKay, 8th grade.
Right now in our first round, we're going to ask 7 questions to each team. If the first team doesn't answer, the second team will have a chance at the same question. After the first team has heard all the questions and had a chance to answer, the second team will have the same opportunity. We're going to begin with our team on the top row, which is Northwoods Park. So Northwoods Park, go ahead and get your buzzers ready. And your first question in our first round is U.S. geography. Which U.S. capital city is the only one built on an isthmus? It is located between lakes Monona and Mendota and is named for a U.S. president. Time? Newbridge? All right, we're looking for Madison, Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin. Our next question is a math question. It is not a math computation question. Okay, so no computations involved in this one, so no extra time on this. Identify the special quadrilateral that has opposite sides parallel and congruent. Alexis.
A parallelogram.
That is correct. All right, next we have a German vocabulary question for you, Northwoods Park. German construction workers dug up in 1999 the Berlin bunker where Adolf Hitler killed himself April 30th, 1945. What German word meaning leader and beginning with F completes its name, blank bunker? Newbridge? Joshua?
Führer.
Führer is correct, the Führer bunker. All right, next we have a math question. This one is a math computation question, so pencil and paper ready. I'll read the question twice and you'll have some extra time to come up with the answer. The pressure of water in pounds per square inch is equal to 0.43 times the depth of the water in feet. What is the pressure on a diver who is submerged 1,000 feet? Again, the pressure of water in pounds per square inch is equal to 0.43 times the depth of the water in feet. What is the pressure on a diver who is submerged 1,000 feet? Alexis.
430.
That is correct, 430 pounds per square inch. All right, next we have a literature question for you, Northwoods Park. Which word completes the title of Just So Blank by Rudyard Kipling? Newbridge? All right, that collection is Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. All right, next we have an art question for you, Northwoods Park. Name either the artist who painted his mother in a piece entitled Arrangement in Gray and Black No. 1, or the Canadian ski resort north of Vancouver that ski magazines have selected as North America's top resort. Newbridge? All right, the artist is James Whistler, and the resort is also known as Whistler Resort. All right, and our final question for you in this round, Northwoods Park, is a math question. So it's another computation question. Read the question twice, and you have some extra time to come up with the answer. What is the numerical value of 2 factorial divided by 0 factorial? Again, what is the numerical value of 2 factorial divided by 0 factorial? Alexis?
0.
That is incorrect. Newbridge? All right, no answer on that one. The correct answer is 2. 2 is the correct answer. All right, we're going to move now to our team from Newbridge Middle School. And Newbridge, your first question for this round is a geography question. Identify the canal begun in 1904 to connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Joshua.
The Panama Canal.
That is correct. Next, we have a government question for you, a U.S. government question. President Clinton once announced $95 million in grants to aid members to what is often referred to as the, quote, thin blue line. To which group of service personnel does this phrase refer? Northwoods Park? All right, the thin blue line refers to policemen. Next, we have a U.S. history question for you, Newbridge. John Calhoun resigned as U.S. Vice President on December 28, 1832, to serve as a senator from which state that later became the first to secede from the Union? Ian.
Delaware.
That is incorrect. Northwoods Park? All right, John Calhoun was from South Carolina. All right, next we have a literature question for you, Newbridge. In which Aesop fable does an ant store food all summer while another insect plays all the time? When winter comes, the ant has plenty to eat and the other insect has none, demonstrating the value of working hard and preparing for the future. Joshua.
The grasshopper.
That's correct, the ant and the grasshopper. All right. Next, we have a math question for you, Newbridge. And it's a computation question, so pencil and paper ready. I'll read the question twice, and you have some extra time to come up with the answer. What integer is the sum of 50% of 40 and 40% of 50? So again, what integer is the sum of 50% of 40 and 40% of 50? Alan.
40.
40 is correct. Right. We have a next question here is a trivia question for you, Newbridge. Identify the volunteer operation that won the 1999 Nobel Peace Prize for its efforts in more than 80 countries since its founding in 1971. It is known in France as Médecins Sans Frontières. Northwoods Park? All right. It's been in the news recently, Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders. And our final question for our first round is a geology question. Both diamonds and graphite are forms of which element? Joshua.
Carbon.
Carbon is correct. All right. And with that question, we are at the end of our first round. We'll be right back with our score after this break.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby. After our first round, our score is Northwoods Park 4 and Newbridge 10. We're going to move now into our bonus round where either team may buzz in and answer the question. If the question is answered correctly, there will be 4 bonus questions asked in which the answer must be given by the captain of the team. We have some new team members, so let's introduce them now, beginning with our team from Newbridge Middle School.
Luca Kasai, 8th grade.
Katie Komorowski, 6th grade.
Megan Ochoa, 7th grade.
And now our new players from Northwoods Park.
Ethan Pinky, 6th grade.
Aaron Flick, 8th grade.
Ashley McKay, 8th grade.
All right. Now, Luca, you're the captain for your team, and Aaron, you're the captain for your team. All right. Go ahead and pick up your buzzers. Remember, don't answer until I call your name. So very important for this round that you don't answer too quickly. All right, our first toss-up question is an English question. In the sentence, "It's no fun feeding the calves in this blizzard," what is the spelling of the word calves? Ethan.
CALVES.
That is correct. All right. Northwoods Park, here are your 4 bonus questions. Spell each of the following irregular plurals. I'm going to give you 4 words. You're going to have to spell them. Number 1, vertex. Number 2, radius. Number 3, medium, as in communication methods. And number 4, ox. Okay, Aaron?
For number 1, we have vertices, VERTICES. And number 3, mediums, MEDIUM. And 4, oxen, OXEN.
All right, number 1 and number 4 were correct. Okay, so Newbridge, anything for number 2 or number 3? Oh, Luca?
Number 2 is radii. RADI.
Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, unfortunately that is incorrect. All right, left off an I. Radii, RADII. And for medium, it would be media, MEDIA. All right, we're going to move now to our next toss-up question, which is a history question. These 4 U.S. presidents are honored at the Mount Rushmore National Monument. Name them. Luca.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Benjamin Franklin.
That is incorrect. Northwoods Park. Ethan.
Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Theodore Roosevelt, and Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct. All right. Okay, Northwoods Park, here are your 4 bonus questions. Identify the U.S. president honored at each of the following national monuments. Number 1, the Eternal Flame in Arlington National Cemetery. Number 2, obelisk on the National Mall, Washington, D.C. Number 3, Greek Doric-style monument with a large seated sculpture of honored president. And number 4, landmark in Canton, Ohio. That is the final resting place for the 25th president. Okay, Aaron?
We have, for number 1, John F. Kennedy. 2, George Washington. 3, Abraham Lincoln. And 4, Andrew Garfield.
1, 2, and 3 are all correct. Okay, Newbridge, Luca, anything for number 4?
No, sir.
All right, that 4th one was William McKinley. William McKinley was that 25th president. All right, next we have a sports toss-up question for you. In golf, what name is given to the grassy area that is adjacent to the putting green? Ashley?
The green.
Nope, that's incorrect. Newbridge? All right, we're looking there for the fringe on the edge of the green. All right, next we have a math toss-up question. I'll read the question twice, and you have some extra time to come up with some answers here. Identify the most specific set of numbers that includes both the square root of 36 and the square root of 5. Again, identify the most specific set of numbers that includes both the square root of 36 and the square root of 5. Ashley?
Even numbers?
Nope, that's incorrect. Newbridge? Joshua?
Consecutive integers.
No, that's not correct either. Looking for real numbers. Real numbers. All right, next question that we've got, toss-up, is a science toss-up question. Name the planet in our solar system whose moons are named after Shakespearean characters and whose period of revolution is 84 years. Luca?
Jupiter.
That's incorrect. Northwoods Park? Ethan?
Mars.
Nope, that's incorrect. Also, Uranus is what we were looking for there. All right, next we have a music toss-up question for you. Which classical piano piece by Claude Debussy has a name that is French for moonlight? Ashley?
Claire de Lune.
That is correct. All right, Northwoods Park, here are your 4 bonus questions. I'll read you the name of a composer, followed by a partial title of a well-known work by him, and you are to complete the title. Kind of a fill in the blank here. Right, number 1, Vivaldi, The Four Blank. Number 2, Beethoven, Moonlight blank. Number 3, Wagner, The Flying Blank. And 4, Puccini, Blank Butterfly. All right, Aaron?
For number 1, we have Seasons, and number 2, we have Sonata.
Anything for 3 and 4?
No.
All right, Luca, anything for 3 and 4?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Wagner was The Flying Dutchman for number 3. And for number 4, Puccini was Madame Butterfly. Madame Butterfly. All right. What's that? Okay, the next question that we have is going to be on my other page here. We're starting a new page. This is geography questions. Name the capital city of the state whose 6th largest city is Fayetteville and whose largest city is Charlotte. Ashley?
Raleigh.
Yes, that is correct. I was hoping that nobody would not get that question correct. All right, Northwoods Park, here are your 4 bonus questions. Given the 2nd largest city in a state, I'm going to give you that name, the 2nd largest city in the state, identify the state's capital city. Number 1, Fort Smith. Number 2, St. Louis. Number 3, New Haven. And number 4, Grand Rapids. All right, Aaron?
For number 1, we have Montgomery, and number 4, Harrisburg.
Okay, neither of which are correct. Luke, anything for those?
Number 2 is Jefferson City, and number 4 is Salt Lake City.
Okay, number 2 was correct. Jefferson City, that's Missouri. The first one, Fort Smith, is in Arkansas, and that would be Little Rock is the capital. New Haven in Connecticut, Hartford would be the answer for number 3. And Grand Rapids in Michigan, Lansing would be the capital there that we were looking for. All right, And that sound tells us that we've come to the end of our second round. Please stay tuned for our lightning round, and we'll be right back with that after this break.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to the Middle School Academic Derby Lightning Round. The score at the end of our second round is Northwoods Park 26 and Newbridge 12. We have some new team members, so let's meet them now, beginning with Newbridge Middle School.
Jude Morton, 8th grade.
Sophia Levine, 6th grade.
Connor Walston, 7th grade.
And now our new players for Northwoods Park.
Molly Bale, 8th grade. Zachary Eamon, 8th grade.
All right. Now in our lightning round, we're going to be asking a series of 20 questions in 2 minutes. You must wait until I call your name before you give an answer, and incorrect answers will give points to the other team. So go ahead and get your buzzers. Remember, don't answer until I call your name. And all of our questions in this round are math terms. Math terms, no computation, all math terms, okay? Longest side of a right angle triangle. Zachary.
Hypotenuse.
Correct. The point on an angle where the two sides Jude?
Vertex.
Correct. The set of numbers that includes 0 and all the natural numbers. Molly.
Integers.
Incorrect. A measurement of space or capacity. Joshua.
Volume.
Correct. A quadrilateral that has exactly two sides parallel. Molly.
Trapezoid.
Correct. A well-defined group of objects. Joshua.
Shape.
Incorrect. A portion of the circumference of a circle. Connor.
Radius.
Incorrect. A three-dimensional figure with one vertex and a circular base. Joshua. Oh, Joshua.
Cone.
Cone. Correct. A unit of measure of an angle. Sophia.
Degrees.
Correct. Flat surface of a three-dimensional figure. Jude.
Face.
Correct. A set of points that extends into infinity in both directions. Joshua.
Line.
Correct. A polygon with 8 sides. Sophia.
Octagon.
Correct. A location in a plane or in space having no dimensions. Joshua.
Point.
Correct. A round like a ball. Sophia.
Sphere.
Correct. A ratio that compares different kinds of units. Time? The combined set of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Time? A parallelogram with 4 equal sides. Molly.
Square.
Incorrect. Information that is gathered. Zachary.
Data.
Data is correct. United States military building in D.C. with 5 sides. Joshua.
Pentagon.
Correct. And a calculated central value of the set of numbers. Time. And that is time as well. All right, let's see what we had. The set of numbers that includes 0 and all of the natural numbers would be the whole numbers we're looking for there. A well-defined group of objects is a set. A portion of the circumference of a circle is an arc. Let's see. And a parallelogram with 4 equal sides is a rhombus. And a calculated central value of a set of numbers would be an average. An average. All right. That ends our final round. We'll be right back with our final score after this message.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back. Our final score for today's match is Northwoods Park Middle School 36 and Newbridge Middle School 38. We'd like to thank everybody for watching, and please stay tuned for our next match featuring Dixon and Southwest. Thank you.
Why I teach. I teach because of the students that come into my classroom, not having an enjoyment for science, but leave knowing that science is not in four walls, but can be explored outside. They can participate in opportunities, whether it's building an oyster reef, collecting water quality samples, purifying their own water, and realizing that they can make a difference in the world around them.
Why career and technical education? Career and technical education gives high school students a head start on preparing for college and their careers. Onslow County Schools offers 3 technology towers that provide students with unique experiences in small learning communities. Southwest High School's new shop facilities provide the core foundation of the Advanced Automotive and Transportation Technology Tower. Students who are interested in automobiles, motorcycles, and other types of engine repair and design have hands-on training working with the latest tools and technology in the industry and can earn valuable certifications in the process that will make them job ready by graduation. Jacksonville High School is home to the Advanced Construction Technology Tower. Courses offered include carpentry, blueprint reading, and electrical trades. In fact, the newly expanded electrical trade shop allows students to develop skills that construction industries require when hiring. As demand increases for workers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics-based careers, Northside High School rises to the occasion with the Advanced Applied Technologies Tower. Courses such as alternative energy, architectural design, biotechnology, digital electronics, and robotics provide students the opportunity to delve deep into engineering and technology issues and provide real-world working experiences. Students, while still in high school, can acquire technology skills, making them knowledgeable and competent even before they complete a more formal education in these fields. The technology towers are not the only thing great about CTE. In fact, CTE students have higher graduation rates and college enrollment rates than non-CTE students. So why CTE? Why not CTE? Career and technology education, not just a head start, but education that works for Onslow County students.
Welcome to Middle School Academic Derby. I'm Brent Anderson, and I'll be your moderator for today's match between the Colts from Southwest Middle School and the Mariners of Dixon Middle School. Let's get started by introducing our teams. We're going to begin with our team from Southwest Middle School, which is coached by Allison Buckley.
Mackenzie Bolas, 7th grade.
Tristan Gintz, 8th grade.
Madison McComb, 6th grade.
Jaheim White, 8th grade.
And now our team from Dixon Middle School, coached by Sammy Shepard.
Allison Cowan, 8th grade.
James Benegakis, 6th grade.
Scott Miller, 8th grade.
Havian Hayes, 7th grade.
All right, now in our first round, we're going to ask 7 questions to each team. If the first team doesn't answer, the second team will have a chance at the same question. After the first team has heard all their questions and had a chance to answer, the second team will have the same opportunity. We're going to begin this round with our team on the top row, which is Dixon Middle School. So Dixon, go ahead, buzzers ready. And our first question for this first round is a literature question. Complete the titles of any of the following stories by Edgar Allan Poe. The Blank of the Red Death, Fall of the House of Blank, and The Pit and the Blank. All right, Southwest. Jaheim.
The Mask of the Red Death.
The Mask of the Red Death is correct. All right. Could have also had The Fall of the House of Usher and The Pit and the Pendulum. All right. Next, we have an art question for you, Dixon. In 1995, the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. opened the most complete exhibit in 2 decades of the work of Winslow Homer. Which of the following do his most famous paintings depict? The plains, the sea, trees, or birds? Allison?
The trees.
That is incorrect. Southwest? Jaheim?
The sea.
The sea is correct. All right, next we have a science question for you, Dixon. What is the scientific name for the butterfly in its caterpillar or second stage of development, during which it eats a great deal and molts or sheds its skin several times? Southwest? Jaheim?
Larva.
Larva is correct. The butterfly passes from egg to larva to pupa, then to adult. All right, next we have a geography question for you, Dixon. Which country did Portuguese explorer Pedro Álvares Cabral discover on April 22nd, 1500, while on an expedition to India? Sao Paulo is its largest city. Southwest? Mackenzie?
Saudi Arabia.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Brazil. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Next, we have a vocabulary question for you, Dixon. Which word, borrowed from science for a plant created by combining 2 varieties, is now used to designate the kind of vehicle using both electric power and gasoline? Scott?
Hybrid.
Hybrid is correct. Dixon, your next question is an acronyms question. What does the acronym PAC, P-A-C, stand for in American politics? Southwest? All right, one that's been in the news a lot lately with this election season is a Political Action Committee, PAC, P-A-C. All right, and our final question for this round for you, Dixon, is a spelling question. The grandchildren of Georg von Trapp, head of the singing family featured in The Sound of Music, once gave a concert in Atlanta. Spell the word designating such succeeding generations of a family. All right, Southwest. Madison.
D-E-S-I-G-N-A-T-I-N-G.
On the right track, but that is incorrect. Looking for descendants. D-E-S-C-E-N-D-A-N-T-S. All right. We're going to move now to our team from Southwest Middle School for your first question, which is a math question, and it is a math computation. So go ahead and get pencil and paper ready. I'll read the question twice, and you have some extra time to come up with the answer. What is the base 10 number that is the product of the base 2 number 101 times the base 2 number 110? Let me read that again. What is the base 10 number that is the product of the base 2 number 101 times the base 2 number 110, 110?
$11,110.
That is incorrect, Jaheim. All right, Dixon? Okay, no answer. And that is 30. 30 is the answer looking for there. All right, next, Southwest, we have a geography question for you. In which Florida city has President Truman's retreat, dubbed the Little White House, opened as a museum? Some thought he liked the area so much he even wanted to make the southernmost city in the 48 states the nation's capital. Mackenzie?
Miami.
That is incorrect. Dixon? Ooh, Scott, right at the buzzer.
Tampa.
And that is incorrect. Looking a little farther south than that, going all the way down to Key West. Key West. All right, Southwest, your next question is a geology question. Geology. What word designates any of the excavated physical things that can tell us how earlier peoples performed their daily tasks? Mackenzie?
Artifacts.
Artifacts is correct, such as washing clothes or preparing meals. We can find that out from their artifacts. All right, next we have a poetry question for you, Southwest. A photo of volunteers working on home repair for veterans was captioned, quote, "Good neighbors make good fences," end quote. Which common word completes the title of Robert Frost's poem, Mending Blank, that includes the line, "Good fences make good neighbors"? Jaheim?
Hearts?
That is incorrect. Dixon? Looking for mending wall, the mending wall. All right, next we have an art question for you, Southwest. For showing his anti-war casuals, Italian designer Valentino used in 2003 as a backdrop a painting by which pop artist, playfully named in the show's title, "No War, Just Andy Blank"? Tristan?
Is Andy Warhol?
That is correct. Andy Warhol, and the showing was in Paris. All right, next we have a trivia question for you, Southwest. A Yale scholar who died in 2003 was known to have visited all of the U.S. national parks and monuments, or exactly how many, expressed as CCCLXXVI in Roman numerals. Mackenzie?
42.
No. Dixon? All right. Looking for 376. 376. All right, and our final question for our first round is a Russian history question for you, Southwest. On the 60th anniversary of the Soviet victory at what is now called Volgograd, many veterans wanted to return the town to its original name to honor the 1 million who died in the battle. Identify this former name honoring the Soviet dictator from 1941 to 1953. Mackenzie?
Stalingrad.
That is correct. All right, and with that question, we've come to the end of our first round. We'll be right back with our score after this break.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby. After our first round, our score is Dixon Middle School 2, Southwest Middle School 12. We're going to go now into our bonus round where either team may buzz in and answer the question. If the question is answered correctly, there will be 4 bonus questions asked in which the answer must be given to the captain of the team. We have some new team members, so let's introduce them now, beginning with our team from Southwest Middle School.
Jordan Block, 8th grade.
Jalen Lucas, 7th grade.
Brittany Henson, 6th grade.
Wayne Nixon Miller, 7th grade.
And now our team from Dixon Middle School.
Alex Fisher, 6th grade.
Joey Vela, 7th grade.
All right. Now, Jalen, you're the captain for your team?
Yes, sir.
And Scott, you're the captain for your team? Yes. Okay. Go ahead and pick up your buzzers, and we're going to get started with our first question, which is an English toss-up question. In the sentence, "There were 3 gray kittens cowering under our porch this morning," what is the simple subject? Jalen.
Gray.
That is incorrect. Dixon? Scott?
Cat.
No, it was kittens. Kittens, what we were looking, that word needed to be specific on that one. All right, next question that we have is a math toss-up question. A math question. It's more of a term question than a computation question, but I will read it twice and give you a little extra time to come up with the answer here. In mathematics, what kind of triple of numbers, such as 3, 4, and 5, always guarantees that the triangle formed will be a right triangle? So again, in mathematics, what kind of triple of numbers, such as 3, 4, and 5, always guarantees that the triangle formed, Scott?
Pythagorean triple.
That is incorrect. Southwest? All right. You were on the right track, Scott. Pythagorean triple. That's a Pythagorean triple. All right, next we have a science toss-up question. Within the cell are various structures that perform specific functions to maintain cellular activity. What name collectively describes these structures? Joey?
Organelles.
Organelles is correct. All right, Dixon, here are your 4 bonus questions. Identify each cellular organelle based on the given description or definition. Number 1, powerhouse of the cell. Number 2, maze of passageways that transport proteins and other materials throughout the cell. Number 3, small round structures in the cell that break down larger particles into smaller ones. And number 4, water-filled sac inside the cell that acts as a storage area. Okay, Scott?
For number 1, we got nucleus. Number 2, mitochondria. 3, we didn't get anything, but 4, we got vacuoles.
Number 4 is correct. Okay. Jalen, anything for 1, 2, or 3?
For number 1, we got mitochondria, and for number 2, we got ribosomes.
Number 1 was correct. Okay. Number 2 is the endoplasmic reticulum. And for number 3, that would be lysosomes. Lysosomes. All right, next we have a history toss-up question. To date, the states have ratified 27 amendments to the United States Constitution. The 27th Amendment addresses pay for which branch of government? Scott?
Legislative.
That is correct, Congress or the legislative branch. All right, Dixon, here are your 4 toss-up questions, or 4 bonus questions, excuse me. Name the U.S. constitutional amendment that addresses the following. Number 1, grants federal government right to levy income tax. Number 2, gives 18-year-olds the right to vote. Number 3, amended the function and details related to the Electoral College. And number 4, abolished slavery. All right, Scott.
For number 1, we had 16. For number 2, we had 13. For number 3, we had 25. And for number 4, we had 17.
Number 1 was correct. All right, Jalen, anything for 2, 3, or 4?
For number 1, we got Third Amendment. For number 2, we got Fifth Amendment.
Okay, and that is incorrect. All right. The 26th Amendment, which was number 2, gives 18-year-olds the right to vote. The 12th Amendment amended the functions and details related to the Electoral College. And number 4, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. Okay. Next, we have a literature toss-up question. Which classic novel by Wilson Rawls describes a boy's adventures with his 2 red-boned coonhounds, Little Ann and Old Dan? All right, nobody? Where the Red Fern Grows. Where the Red Fern Grows. All right, our next question is a trivia toss-up. A picture of President Andrew Jackson can be found on which bill among U.S. currency? James.
$10 bill.
That is incorrect. Southwest. Jalen.
$5 bill.
You guys are going the wrong way. Go up. It's the $20 bill. Andrew Jackson's on the 20. Okay. Next, we have an English toss-up question for you. In a dictionary or encyclopedia, 2 words are positioned at the top of each page. By what name are these words known that indicate the range of words or information on a page? All right, this one takes you way back to having to think about a dictionary or encyclopedia, and they are guide words. Guide words at the top of the page to let you know what's on that page. All right, next we have a science question for you. Identify the unit of electric current that is equivalent to a steady current produced by 1 volt applied across a resistance of 1 ohm. The correct answer begins with the letter A. All right, that word is ampere or amp, as we're more commonly knowing it there. Next, we have a history toss-up question. Serving under President George Washington, this man was the first to hold the title Secretary of the Treasury. Who was he? Scott.
Alexander Hamilton.
That is correct. And Dixon, here are your 4 bonus questions. Identify each of the following associated with U.S. history and government. Number 1, opponents of the U.S. Constitution who feared a strong central government would endanger Federalists' individual liberties. Number 2, refusal to purchase a certain company or country's products. Number 3, system that gives each of the 3 branches of U.S. government a method of limiting the powers of the other 2. And number 4, a verb meaning, quote, to go door to door as a method of handing out campaign information, end quote. All right, Scott.
For number 1, we have anti-federalist. For number 2, we have embargo. And for number 3, we have checks and balances. For number 4, we didn't get anything.
All right, number 1 and number 3 were correct. Jalen, anything for number 2 or number 4?
For number 2, we have isolation.
Okay, anything for number 4?
No, sir.
All right. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Boycott is what we were looking at there, a boycott. And for number 4, canvass means to go door to door handing out campaign information. All right. And that sound tells us that we've come to the end of our second round. Please stay tuned for our lightning round, and we'll give you that and our score right after this break.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to the Middle School Academic Derby Lightning Round. The score at the end of our second round is Dixon Middle School 16 and Southwest Middle School 14. We've got a close match going into our lightning round. We have some new team members to meet, so let's introduce them now, starting with Southwest Middle School.
Sullivan Brown, 7th grade.
Carolina Castro, 6th grade.
And now our new player from Dixon.
Chaz Hardy, 8th grade.
All right. For our lightning round, we're going to be asking a series of 20 questions in 2 minutes. You must wait until I call your name before you answer, and incorrect answers will give points to the other team. And make sure that you answer nice and loud and clear so that we can hear you, and make sure that you get the benefit of all the points that you might get from this round. Now, for this lightning round, all of these answers are from the periodic table. Okay, all from the periodic table. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an abbreviation, and you tell me what it is. Okay? So we're going to run through these, and I will give it to you, and you guys give me the answer. Remember to wait until I call your name and answer nice and clear and loud so that we can make sure that you give us the right answer as we're going through this. All right. MG. Jaheim.
Magnesium.
Correct. TI. Jaheim.
Titanium.
Correct. FE. Jaheim.
Iron.
Correct. NI. Jaheim.
Nickel.
Correct. CU. Jaheim. Time. ZN. Chaz.
Zinc.
Correct. AG. Jaheim.
Silver.
Correct. HG. Jaheim.
Mercury.
Correct. AU. Jaheim.
Gold.
Correct. PB. Jaheim.
Lead.
Correct. HE. Jaheim.
Helium.
Correct. O. Jaheim.
Oxygen.
Correct. N. Jaheim. Time. AL. Jaheim.
Aluminum.
Correct. S. Jaheim. Time. KR. Jaheim.
Krypton.
Correct. RN. Jaheim. Time. PT. Chaz.
Potassium.
Incorrect. CA. Jaheim.
Calcium.
Correct. H. Mackenzie.
Hydrogen.
Correct. All right, that is 20. Let's see the ones we didn't. CU. Copper is CU. Others. N was nitrogen. N is nitrogen. S. Sulfur. RN is radon. Radon. PT is platinum. Okay, and I think those were the ones that we did not get an answer or got an incorrect answer to on those. All right. That ends our lightning round, and we'll be right back with our final score after this break. Please stay tuned.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back. Our final score for today's match is Dixon Middle School 24 and Southwest Middle School 44. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us on Middle School Academic Derby. And for all of us at Onslow County Schools, thank you for watching and have a good evening.